G'day folks, Jason here on the Udderfarm. I'm actually on the Udderfarm property this afternoon, guys. What I want to do today is, behind me there, this grass, it's ranging from 2 meters to 3 meters high, which is anywhere between 6 foot and 9 foot high. So it's been like that since we've had the property. We've never grazed the cattle down in this area. It runs down to the creek. So what I want to do is cut myself a track, probably 1 meter wide, 3 foot, go right down to the creek, which is roughly 200 meters, and then across the creek, keep them out of the creek, and across the neighbouring fence line. Then that'll allow me to bring the girls in and sell this area, sell graze the area. So I've got control of the animals in that specific area. That allows me to get some impact of the soil, because it's been dormant for 4 years. So because the grass is so high, it's not allowing the sun to come through, and the grass really at ground level is dead. It really doesn't exist. It's only this crumpy high grass that's existing. So what it allows me to do is bring the cows in, they'll lay that carbon down, break that sap cycle, that'll add that ground cover which I'm after. Also the animal impact on the soil, because it's been dormant, it's got a slight crust on it. So to break that crust off, allow the water to get through rather than running down the hill, the carbon will add the ground cover it needs from the rain to stop the impact of the rain hitting ground and washing the dirt off, and all the manure, because I want to bring it in a specific area and contain them to that area. It's adding that manure cycle, the goodness, back into the soil. And what it'll do, it'll end up over several months of grazing them through here, as it recovers, it'll rejuvenate the soil through all the goodness and the minerals and that which come out of the manure. And it'll hopefully bring some worms and some microbes back, keep it low so the sun can get through, and we'll grow some grass back. And all those bare areas we got, we'll end up rolling hay out and get some animal impact and manure. And that new grass from the grass seed of the hay will then start germinating through and thicken up this pasture. Righto guys, I've just changed the linol off this brush cutter. I've put a metal blade on. I'll just fill her up and we'll cut this track. Righto guys, I end up cutting 2 laneways right down, so that'll give 3 days on each, so there's 6 days worth. What we'll do is we'll drop this brush cut on the back of the ute, we'll grab some overgrown step-ins, some poly braid, and we'll run these lines out. Alright guys, just finished running that poly wire out. We'll light it up and put some heat in it and make it hot. Get some water and bring the girls in. So that's it, we've got it hot. At the moment showing 7.1 kilovolts, so that's very hot. So now that's set up, guys, we'll go down and get the girls and bring them up. This is their rest time, so I think it's going to be rather difficult. I've noticed they're near the dam there. They're under a shady tree, so I don't like my chances. I've got some grain if I need it, but I'll go give them the secret call and bring them in. Come on girls. Come on girls. Come on girls. Here they come, guys, slowly waking and making their way up. See, they get used to your voice. I only use that particular way of talking to them when I'm going to give them a treat. So it's either I might give them some molasses, I might give them a new area to go into. If you don't use that all the time, they'll come when you call them because they know that voice. They know at the end of that they're getting a treat. That's the only time I use it. Come on girls. Come on girls. Yeah, I know. Come on girls. Good girls. Good girls. That's what I mean, they've never been in this area before, guys. They've never ever cell grazed through that gate. They've actually never cell grazed on this property before. So if you get used to your voice, come on girls. Come on little fella, come on. Might have to go around these two up. Go that way little fella. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. They're going to be in there for hours. Just think of all that carbon being trumped down. See if I can't walk in and we'll have a look. There's Rainy. Hello Rainy. So they've been in here 24 hours now. Put them in 1:30 yesterday afternoon. It's now 2:30 in the afternoon, so they're gagging to get out of here. They've been mooing. We've been trying to set up, so we'll let them into this new area and we'll go and have a look what they've done. Righto girls. Unhook the fence. Righto girls. Come on girls. Come on girls.
Hello girls.
Tell me that ain't look busy, guys. Standing in the one spot. Absolute smorgasbord. So this is where they first come in yesterday afternoon, if you can remember, earlier on this video. So they've smashed all that grass around that tree. And down here, this was, what, 2 meters? 2.5 meters, so close to 6 or 7 foot. It's probably high as those stalks there. But if you can see here, a lot of this now is, that's probably a metre, 3 foot high. You could not see down to that fence line there. As you can see, they've trampled all this, they've eaten all the leaf matter off. A lot of these stems. So this hasn't been grazed for like 3 years down in here. So there's a lot of thick stalky stuff left, but you can see all the carbon they've laid on the ground. So we're starting that cycle back. See, there's some manure. So they're thatching it down for us. More manure. What we plan on doing now is just keep bringing them through this area every few months when it grows, and just get rid of this long stuff and actually get some pastural back, because this is all we've got at the moment. The sun's not getting through to put good grass matter on the ground. It's all this thick grass, and below it is back to dirt. So they've chewed all that fence line through there, all that carbon's laid down. So this is the process now. You're feeding the microbes. All this grass that is broken down, you're breaking the sap cycle, will all decay. So it's giving you armour in the soil. You're feeding the microbes with the manure, and you're starting that cycle, which you want to get, stop that, you know, it's very sparse in places because it hasn't seen sunlight. So all this here, they've gone right down. All this was standing up yesterday. So I'm real impressed, all the way through there. The fence line's through there, the hot wire, so all that's been laid down. That was all 6-7 foot. So they've done a great job. You couldn't even see that barbed wire fence there. That's a neighbouring property. So I'll give you a quick look at what they've gone into just now, and then you can compare it with tomorrow afternoon. As you can see, they've already eaten about a foot of that off there already. So we'll duck between these two. I'll go over the back and give you a look. There it goes. So all that tall grass there. See, that camera's at the top of my head at the moment, and that's well above top of my head. All that there is about, I don't know, maybe 6 foot. They'll come down here tonight and I'll walk all the way through there. So before we head off and let these girls start chewing, laying this summer carbon down, I'll show you what I was talking about. I couldn't show you there before because they'd laid a lot of it down, but this is where they haven't laid. See how sparse it is in there, guys. Look, that's just bare dirt. This soil, if you go all the way through there, it's all just bare dirt. Bare dirt all around. They've got big clumps, and that's the grass they're eating, guys. It's big clumps. Because it's been 3 or 4 years, that foliage is that thick, the sun's not getting through. And that's why it's killed all the grass off, and you're left with that. So what we're doing is we're laying it down, breaking the sap cycle like I'm saying, adding that litter bank on the ground to feed the microbes, and we'll just keep bringing the cattle through here. This is a virgin area we've never grazed since we had the property. Laying that carbon down, which breaks down into fresh topsoil, feeds the microbes, and adding that manure cycle. So we're just going to fill up this water now, and we'll turn this solar charger on and give them the night. We'll come back tomorrow in about 24 hours time from now, and we'll have a look at what they've done overnight. Righto guys, it's the second day. So we moved in yesterday. They've had 24 hours in that area. I showed you what it was like before they started grazing. So we'll go in now and we'll have a look what they've done in the last 24 hours. And I've got a couple more tracks to cut with a brush cutter. As I said, this is virgin country. We've never had them in these areas before. So I've got to cut tracks. Otherwise the poly braid will short out and there'll be no heat in that wire at all. So righto guys, we'll have a look, eh? As you can see guys, they're clearly waiting here to be moved. I'm amazed they're not moving, so we'll jump across now and have a look what they've done. But as you can see, we started at 7.1 kilovolts 2 days ago, but yesterday was very cloudy. As you can see, it's dropped down to 5.9 there. And it's also got, there's a sign saying low battery, so it was overcast most of the day yesterday, so I hope we get some bit of sun out today. I think there's 70% chance of rain, so I don't know what that's going to drop to, but luckily the cattle are trained to the hot wire. They generally don't even touch it now. You can have the fence off, but they won't touch it. But being this virgin country, and I haven't got 60% of my fences up to my property, I'm hoping that they don't push the boundary today, being so low. So have a look there guys, look. All this here where they're standing, that was about a foot high. It was like that stuff back there. So they've clearly grazed this roadway where I normally slash, but if you see here, you can see they've walked through there, smashed that down. We plan doing this grazing this now for moving forward. So when it grows back, graze it off. And eventually this grass doesn't like being continually grazed, and it'll just die off. And that'll give path to the bare soil where I can put down maybe an 8-12 seed mix, cover it with hay, get a bit of rain, and put some pastoral grass here. So really I'm using the cattle to my advantage now. All I'm doing is using them to smash this grass down. Otherwise there's copious amounts of hours on a brush cutter trying to do this. So it's not good forage, but at the moment it's winter time, so there's not much in the paddock anyway, so they're happy to get any green grass they can get. So like I said, they are tools. You use them to your advantage. Yeah, they've absolutely smashed that grass down. That's that area through there that we couldn't see, right over there in that hill. We had to go right down to the bottom there yesterday to show you, but no, because this was like 6-8 foot high. They clearly smashed all that down. Because I didn't put a back fence up, I think they've gone a little bit in here yesterday, because there's one of those burn piles we couldn't see. There's heaps of logs in there, that wasn't exposed. Now they've obviously eaten that, exposed that. So I know they've come back. Yeah, they've done a great job, guys. Yeah, you can see that one post over there standing up, the neighbouring fence line. We couldn't even see that when we originally come in. Yeah, so they've laid a lot down. Gone all the way down the hill here. I thought this was a bit steep, but I ventured down here. Yeah, all that grass, it looks awesome. I'm really happy. Righto guys, hope you have a great morning, a terrific evening, and an awesome afternoon guys, wherever you're watching this from, and we'll catch you later.